Hey, it's Betty and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day. I wanted to make this video to kickstart my journey back on YouTube. I wanted to be a gaming YouTuber when I was like 13, but I wasn't very successful. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But I'm gonna try and give it another go. By the way, if my accent is a bit weird or inconsistent, or it goes in and out, it's because one, English is my second language, even though I basically speak it on a native level. Two, I watch a lot of American and Canadian YouTubers, so I consume a lot of American accented media. And three, my partner is Italian and I've picked up a lot of his accent and the way he speaks. And with that out the way, let me give you some more context. Hi, I'm Betty. I recently graduated from university. I have a bachelor degree in film production, which makes it sound a lot more fancy than it is. It sounds fancy, but it's not. My experience is primarily in editing and directing. I always preferred the writing and directing side of things. I've worked in multiple aspects of filmmaking, from set and costume design, writing, directing, editing, producing. I've played around with different parts of it. I'm actually Hungarian and I'm originally from Hungary. I lived there for the first 8 years of my life before moving here to the UK. I grew up here, I went through the education system here, I've made friends here, I've settled here. I pretty much grew up here. But now it's time to leave. There are many reasons as to why I'm leaving, good and bad. It is a mix. And I just wanted to discuss some of that in this video and just give some more context. I'm talking a lot with my hands. Again, the Italian is coming through. So my boyfriend and I have been discussing the idea of at least living 50-50 between Italy and the UK for over a year now, like a good year and a half, I would say. 2024, we've given it a lot more thought and we've had a lot more discussions and did a lot more planning. We spent some more time in Italy, we travelled around, we viewed houses and apartments, and we really tried to just plan what we wanted to do. Imagine what our lives would look like in that 50-50 way, or potentially living there full time. We decided to move to the Tuscany region specifically because that's where my boyfriend is from, that's where his family lives, and it's just a really nice part of Italy in general. We really fell in love with the area that we went with when buying the house too. Another big push for us to move was the cost of living here. Many people have made videos on this topic and videos on why people are leaving the UK and that kind of thing. And the shared consensus for the most part was the standard of living and the cost of living here, particularly outside of London. Now I know Italy isn't necessarily the cheapest country to move to in Europe, but you do get a somewhat better standard of living there. The quality of fresh produce you can get and the variety as well, it's significantly better than here for the most part. All the fruits and the vegetables are much more fresh, they're much more vibrant, and again, just greater availability in general. Also, the cleanliness of public spaces isn't that bad in general from what I've experienced. I went to Rome, Florence, Pisa in 2023. 2024 we went to Milan, and nowhere was particularly dodgy or really grimy or disgusting from what I've seen. From what I remember, it felt pretty safe and normal everywhere we went. I don't know if that's just my experience of the specific places that we visited, but in general we did go around quite a bit, like in the big cities as well and smaller cities, and from what I've seen, nowhere's particularly unkept or unsafe. Like, it doesn't feel unsafe when you're there. There's no chavvy areas to the same extent you would find here, if that makes sense.
Editing Betty here, and just another thing that I forgot to mention in the video while I was sat there is that the state of healthcare in Italy doesn't seem as bad in comparison to the UK as well, from what I hear.
We won't be living in a big, busy city, by the way. It's more rural, more suburban, the area that we're moving to, which is quite a change for me. I've always been a city girl my whole life. I've always been a bigger town kind of girl, so it'll be an interesting change of scenery for me, for sure. Another reason I'm excited to move is because of my dog, Bobby. He currently lives with my mum in my mum's house because we're not allowed pets here. And I miss having him around 24/7, even if he annoyed me sometimes, bless him, and woke me up early in the morning, but I still just miss having a dog around in the house, especially when I'm home alone. And I don't want to just move countries and see him even less and be further apart from him. He's also been having some health and kind of behavioural issues as well for the past year or so, and that's been quite problematic as well. So I definitely want to bring him with us and give him a better life as well. I want him to have more space to run around, and I want him to run around outside more, be more fit, be happier, and just focus on making the rest of his life the best I can and more comfortable for him as well. That's really the main big reasons why we're moving, really. A new house is even bigger than our current one. Right now we are in technically a 3-bedroom house, which, you know, we already would consider to be decently big in the UK. It's a semi-detached house, by the way. It's not fully detached, it's not that big and crazy. It's like a decent sized 3-bedroom house. And I'm really excited to have, for me and my boyfriend, to each have our own at-home office spaces and just keep our work separate so that he can do his work from home and I can have my own creative space so I can edit and film and do whatever it is I want to and need to do. So that's fun, that's exciting as well. And just in general, to have a bigger space, a bigger home, to be creative and have more room to make content. I really want to throw myself into being more creative this year and finally be able to do what I want to do. Because I feel like for the longest time, with uni and everything, I've always had a set project, I've always had deadlines, I've always had a thing to do told to me by other people. And so I really want to embrace having this freedom since I've graduated and just pursue, you know, my dream of doing YouTube, creating even short form content on my other social media platforms, which are linked below, by the way, feel free to check them out. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to having a fresh start and just have infinite possibilities. Lots of exciting things coming in this new year. Really looking forward to it. I'm going to do my best to vlog the move and maybe make this into a series if anyone's interested at all. I was really inspired by my fam's moving to New York City at 19 series that she did on YouTube, so I thought I'd try something similar. Definitely go check her out, her videos are cool. Let me know what you'd like to see, or if you'd like to see more at all in the comments. Be sure to subscribe if you want to join me on this journey, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!